to day 3 of the 15th FINA World Championships, and what an exciting day this will be. The men's water polo competition starts with some great action. It's getting busy in the Synchro pool for the team technical final. And it's very busy in the diving with 2 golds up for grabs, the 1 metre men's spring into action and the women's synchronised from 10 metres. But first up, we're going to the harbour for the gruelling men's 10 kilometre open water swim. What a scene it is. It's a very warm welcome indeed. It's a very hot welcome here to Port Vell in Barcelona. This is day 3 of the 15th FINA World Championships, and this is the second day of competition for the open water swimming. We are about to see the men's 10 kilometre event. It is going to be a wonderful, wonderful race. We've got 66 starters. They're being introduced at the moment in their starting positions. There is the start list. So we're looking at the bib numbers there, not in numerical order. Fogg from Great Britain was number 84. He's starting in one of the inside positions. Eric Hedlund from Canada, he will be number 12, and of course he was a medalist, a silver medalist in the 5 kilometre event. Thomas Lertz, he is still there, the 33-year-old, a bronze medalist. His run of victories in the 5K coming to an end 2 days ago. And of course he was beaten for the gold medal by Osama Mululi. There's Gianni Otis, so watch for number 71. Gianni Otis, the defending champion. Prinsloo from South Africa has been representing his country at various world championships over the years. Mainston of Australia swam a good race in the 5 kilometre as well. They will head south initially around 500 metres. Up they go 300 metres in an easterly direction, completing almost the first kilometre. They'll head north down to make it 1.4. Back they come, the second of the yellow boys, and back to the start finish. That will complete 2.5 kilometres, so 4 laps of this course for the swimmers. And off they go now. We're underway in the men's 10 kilometre race here at Port Vell. Day 3 of competition at the 15th FINA World Championships. The cannons are exploding in the background as the swimmers, 66 of them, representing 38 countries, are on their way. Mululi has the lead out there, so he's not going to suffer any interference. They turn around that. This means a quarter of the course, or a quarter of the race has been completed, 2.5 kilometres, and in about a minute or so they'll be heading through the timing device. 10 kilometres, almost 2 hours of action, but invariably it comes down to a sprint finish. It was 2.5 seconds between first and second at the last World Championships, just over 3 seconds. Okay, through they go now at this halfway point, and they've got Mainston of Australia just in front of Mululi. He's been prominent right from the start, Mululi. He was the first swimmer to break from the pack, and that was in the first 200 metres. He's had his various challenges throughout. Competitors have come and fallen by the wayside, and in some instances had a second crack at him, but he continues to lead. Weinberger taking over the running as he goes through the timing gate. He leads by 3/4 of a second. Looks like maybe Gianni Otis starting to make his move. Gianni Otis is competitor number 71. About to enter the closing finish apron. It's the Golden Greek, Spiridan Gianni Otis. The champion from Germany, Thomas Lertz, in pursuit. Greece, number 1. Germany, number 2. And I don't think Lertz is going to get there. It's going to be Gianni Otis. Gianni with about 20 metres to swim. Lert's doing everything to try to close the gap, but it's still 2 body lengths. And this is going to be a wonderful historic performance by Spiridon Gianni in the men's 10-kilometre race. A few strokes to go, and Gianni is going to make it back-to-back world titles as he goes across the line, smashes the touchpad. He records a time of 1:49.11 and the gold medal. Thomas Lertz takes the silver, and the bronze will go the way of Osama Maluli. The big three taking out the medals here in the 10K. Gianni for Greece, Lertz for Germany, Maluli from Tunisia, and then it was Katten Vidal, and what a swim by Weinberger. Magnificent performance, what a race it was. The 33-year-olds finishing first and second. It was a race full of drama.
End of round 4. It's anybody's gold. Rosset, Kavashi, Shunji and Homuth got out of it, and the 5th diver is Chinese as well, and we are into round 5. Konstantin Blaha from Austria, 7th, forward 2.5 somersault, twist. His 3rd World Championships. This is his first appearance, though, in a final. It's the boat on previous occasions, but it's definitely turning in a much more impressive performance so far. 7s, not lifting too far up. Shun Ji. Just inside the medal positions. The 23-year-old forward 2.5 somersault, 1 twist. Well, interestingly, this is a 3.2 tariff dive, and he's kept a 3.4 back for his final dive. So he knows that if he's there or thereabouts, he can perform the big dive, but he might need it with 7.5s down there. Back 2.5 somersault piked, 3.2. In 6th place. This 21-year-old Mexican has made considerable progress in the 2 years since the last World Championships in Shanghai. Finished 27th in the men's 1 metre springboard there, miles off qualification. So he has really come on, and 76.8. Now we're getting down to the important stuff. Ilya Kvasha in the silver medal position. One more to dive after this. Forward 2.5 somersault with 1 twist. This is penultimate effort. Has to make it count. Tariff is 3.2. 73 points from his total. Li Xixing knows what it takes to win the gold. He did it in his home country 2 years ago. He's back in 5th position. This is his biggest tariff dive, 3.4. Has to nail this one. Inward 2.5 somersault piked. They're putting the flags out. Will the judges be doing the same? Very nice entry. To get the height off the board. What did the judges think of it? 3 8.5s puts him back at the top of the pile. And there is one dive to go. Another seesaw competition here in the pool. Blaha from Vienna, business communications major, Arizona State University, American trained. Forward 3.5 somersault tucked was his final effort. Well, his first appearance in a World Championship final after a 7-year career where he's always been at the major championships without really making a major mark. He's produced some tidy performances, ends up with a 67.5 point dive. A look from his countryman and rival. Shun Ji steps forward, needs to get into the medal positions, inward 2.5 somersault, his biggest dive, 3.4 the tariff. All to go for here. Rushed into his dive. Almost casual feel to his diving, unhurried. Unwinding, just falling away rather at the end though. Don't think there was enough attack in that. 64.6. He's wasted his chance with that big tariff dive. Alejandro Chavez from Mexico. Inward 2.5 somersault piked. Another big dive, 3.4 the degree of difficulty. He's in a bronze medal position. What can he do here? Now, has he done enough to get in there and maintain his position on the podium? Saving his biggest dive till last. One of only 2 divers prepared to do that. Has it proved a good tactic? It's not really given him the return he would have wanted, but that big tariff has lifted him above Sun Ji. This competition still has got to reveal himself. Ilya Kvasha in the silver medal position. 3.0 the tariff of his final dive, the reverse 1.5 somersault, 2.5 twists. Now that looked a lot cleaner. They really like that. And Ilya Kvasha has held his nerve and held his form. 25-year-old Ukrainian from Mykolaiv, getting himself into that twisting position there, hands well positioned, and he waits. It's big, 3/8, kept his form, kept his position at the top of the pile. Mathieu Rosset, now his chance to fall away. He's back down in 7th position. Just to continue the suspense right to the last dive. And he will be thinking what might have been for the only male diver on the French team. Reverse 1.5 somersault, 2.5 twists. It was better execution than previous dives that let him down. Solidly executed, but not enough to get on that podium this time. So, Li Xinxin can decide just how these medals are handed out. Forward 3.5 somersault, pint 3.3. The defending champion has the chance to defend his title. It looks as though he may well have saved his best till last, and there is no better way to attack your programme than that. The bow, his fate is now in those judges' hands. He really has produced an excellent dive in his final round. It's been another unpredictable competition, with mistakes as big a feature as excellence, but there was very few errors in that final dive of the competition. Lovely entry. He's done it right at the death, 87.45, and he goes to the top of the pile and he retains his world title. That was tight though. Medals have been thrown away, but they have been grabbed by China, Ukraine and Mexico. Li Jijin, Ilya Kvasha and Alejandro Chavez from Mexico grabbing the bronze. 2 golds and a bronze for China already. Ukraine and Mexico get into the diving medal table for the first time.
The opening game caused a real upset with a win for Greece against Montenegro. Emmanuel Mainolakis scored 3, this made it 6-1. The Greeks said afterwards this was the result of the summer after all their hard work. Final score: Greece 6, Montenegro 4. Croatia proved just too strong for the USA, but by the end of the game there was just 2 goals in it. Petar Muslim scored twice. For Croatia this made it 6-3. Croatia prevailed, and they said afterwards they can play better. It ended 9-7 to Croatia. Canada had a relatively easy last quarter against South Africa in what proved to be a high-scoring game. This goal from Jared McElroy made it 16-10. Afterwards, South Africa said they fell asleep at the end. It was a harsh lesson. 17-11 at the end. Next, Serbia against Australia, and one of the better games of the day. Dusko Pijetlovic managed 3 goals for Serbia. This one made it 10-7. Pijetlovic admitted afterwards the Australians had exhausted Serbia. It ended 10-7. Hungary were just too strong for the People's Republic of China as Hungary sought to rediscover the form that deserted them at London 2012. Denis Vargas scored here and he weighed in with 6 goals. Hungary admitted the first game is always the hardest. Hungary 13, China 5. Italy, the reigning world champions, and began their defence in emphatic style against Romania. Matteo Icardi is one of the key Italian players who said they're ready to swap silver in London for gold in Barcelona. Final score: Italy 10, Romania 4. Germany were involved in a nail-biting finish to their game against Kazakhstan. Germany had hoped to start in emphatic style, but it wasn't to be. Nosek scored here his 5th goal. Germany admitted they made silly mistakes, but won 9-8. Spain outplayed New Zealand in the last game of the day and helped themselves to 18 goals. Felipe Peroni, the captain, scored 5. New Zealand were overwhelmed and tied significantly in the 3rd quarter. Spain are looking strong though, but they'll have bigger challenges ahead. Final score: Spain 18, New Zealand 3.
We're back to the pool now for the 2nd diving final of the day. This is the women's 10 metre synchro platform final, and what a start it got off to as well. the overwhelming favourites, with Chen Raolin chasing a 5th diving gold medal at the World Championships, the 4-time Olympic Games champion, with her new young partner Liu Huixia, really set the standards with her opening dive, getting her supporters cheering and applauding. That spectacular backdrop being matched by an equally flawless performance in the first round. What a standard that is, and those marks, brilliant. Look at all those 10s, some discounted, but a couple counting as well. Well, that was intimidating indeed. But in the second round, Pandalela Rinong and Mun Yi Leong also produced an outstanding dive.
Go.
Pandalela Rinong, a real hero in Malaysia, with a bronze Olympic medal in the individual event. And these two Malaysian divers will really set a challenging ambition to themselves, and they too managed to notch up a 10, but unfortunately in synchronisation, and it didn't count. So after 2 rounds, China was in the lead, but not by too much over Malaysia. Canada next, and chasing them Australia.
Australia have made a brave start for this. Forward 3.5 somersault.
Ready, go.
4th place. Can they continue this sort of form? Well, that was a dive that took a lot more executing than the first 2 efforts. They picked up 65.70 in the qualifying competition. Do well to get anywhere near that with this effort, I suspect. Yes, rather disappointing. Word of the coach as ever. Fifth in the Olympics, 10th in the previous World Championships. The British girls down in 7th place at the moment. Chance here with a 3.2 tariff, inward 3.5 somersault to improve their position. That was an awful lot better. Completely different sound the entry makes when they get it right. Rest of the British team there. Somebody's bought a Barcelona shirt while they've been over here. Very nice indeed. Look very much together there from that top high camera. They look fairly satisfied. 8.5s for synchronisation. Just over 77 points in the bag. Megan Benfeito on the left, Roselyne Fillon from Canada. Olympic bronze medalists.
1, 2, 3, go.
Forward 3.5 somersault piked. Together in the takeoffs. Now they start to unwind. Just continued rotation there, affecting the entry, but certainly were well in sync. Synchronisation marks better, far better than the execution. 66.60 added to their score. And this is the Malaysian team, currently in the silver medal position.
Ready, go.
Nice slice on entry. They like it. Big smiles from the coaches. It's the judges you need to get in a happy mood. Rinong and Leung Mun Yi. Should be a steady return for their efforts. Whether it's quite enough to get them further up the rankings. They look perky about it. Just at 6.5 in execution. Now, Chen Raolin, Yu Huixia.
Then. Go.
Boy, they're going to take some catching. Chen Raolin, so much experience. He seems to turn up with a different partner, keep her consistency, set the standards in the teamwork, and let the diving skills do all the rest and go and pick up those medals. Just have to make sure they don't have a disaster like their colleagues in the men's event. Just trying to keep those pite positions as tight as possible. Well, those synchronization marks are outstanding. Yet again, they set the standards. China lead, Malaysia second, Great Britain doing extremely well in third place, but it's so tight. Less than half a point ahead of Canada, and Mexico right there as well.
Arms.
In with 3.5 somersault tucked.
Ready. Go.
Eight in the Australian team here in Barcelona. 7 of them are female. A fairly successful execution there. The angle makes you realise just how threateningly close they can get to that platform. Wouldn't be the first to... No, I'm not even going to mention it. More than 75 points, 75.84. And the girls from Great Britain have got themselves into the bronze medal position. They've got a forward 3.5 somersault, piked, 3.0 tariff. This is when they need to push on. There's no disaster. They'll be looking to just check. Well, they can't check, we can. The entry. It could have been a little bit more upright. That'll keep them in the hunt, but they're still going to have to produce a really strong dive. Now Canada will have Great Britain well and truly in their sights. Just out of the medal positions at the end of the previous round, Benfito and Fillon, back 3.5 somersault tucked. No major disasters with that. Solid enough. Good enough, certainly, to get them above Great Britain and put them in a strong position. 3 strong teams still to go, though, before anybody gets excited about medals. And 1 more complete round, of course. Malaysia.
Ready. Go. Up.
Extra support there on the ankles.
Ready.
Rinong and
Go.
Leung. Well, they're in the silver medal position before these points are revealed. Renong, with all her pedigree, to add to a medal collection that includes Olympic, World Championship, World Series, Youth Olympics, Asian Games, Commonwealth Games. So, the undoubted leaders, Chen Raolin, Liu Huixia, can't afford any mistakes. Inward 3.5 somersault. Chen Raolin always gets it right, it seems, the 20-year-old. Certainly pressure on whoever partners her. Wang Ho was the previous other half of this dazzling double act. Just really need to make sure the dives are solid, and that certainly was 79.68. They don't have to blow the roof off, just got to make sure there are no mistakes. She's 15 years of age, that young lady. Here's the table after 4 rounds. China, Malaysia, Canada, Great Britain. First 3 in strong positions. And Great Britain and Mexico will have to go some to snatch a medal. Emily Boyd, Laura Tarvit, 18 and 15 years of age.
Arms. Ready. Go.
Well, it was a good final effort there. They both stepped up from World Junior Championship level. Tarvit in the younger age category. So from junior to senior within 12 months is a big challenge, and certainly they've ended on a very encouraging note. Tarvit, the youngster on the far side there. And a big smile from the 15-year-old there. An experience or an ordeal. Oh, a good final dive there. That's what's prompted the smiles. That will have improved their position, hopefully. Great Britain next to go, trying to get into the medal frame. Tonya Couch, Sarah Barrow, back 2.5 somersault, 1.5 twists, 3.2 the tariff. They're just out of the medal frame. Well, they've kept themselves in the competition. And the hunt for medals will be a fascinating one. They've made sure they didn't make any major mistakes. Delivered a solid enough dive out the middle of the pack. Just waiting to see those marks come up on the big screen. 2 7s and 8s. Difficult few minutes while they see the rest of their rivals. Now the hunt for medals is really hotting up. Benfeito Filion almost have the bronze at least in the bag. They've got to complete this back 2.5 somersault, 1.5 twists piked. Got to get this one right. Well, they've got the experience. The Olympic bronze medalists trying to add to that collection. They look pleased with the way their team has performed. Out into the ether. Straightening. Entry looks satisfactory. They've saved a really good, solid performance till the last vital dive. They're just waiting to see that score come up. They like it. They like it a lot. 8s and 9s there, 2 9s in the synchronization marks. That puts them at the top of the pile at the moment. Malaysia, Mexico and China still to go. Can Rinong and Leung Mun-yi, bronze medalists from London 2012. Was Pandalela Rinong in the individual. She's got a bronze medal in this synchro competition from Rome. Can she add to that collection with Leung Mun-yi?
Go.
It's going to be tight. They can just watch, they can just hope. Malaysian fans really cheering. They've got to wait and see what the judges make of this final effort. Silver in the Commonwealth Games in 2010 for this pairing. Looking to add to that collection, silver at least. Canada, big threat at the moment. And Canada just holding them off. Canada look absolutely delighted with that second place, providing nothing absolutely catastrophic happens to the Chinese divers. They do not need to go totally for broke. They do need to make sure they get this fundamentally right. Chen Raolin looking for yet another gold medal, her 5th World Championship gold if she can complete this one. Back 2.5 somersault, 1.5 twists. That's going to be good enough, to say the least. Another gold surely in the bag, not just for Chen Raolin, but for China as well. Restrained appreciation from the 2 divers for the applause. Another exemplary set, never letting their standards drop substantially. Chen Raolin with another new diving partner, the 15-year-old Liu Huixia, yet again reigns supreme. Raolin, she's been through it all before, just waits for the confirmation there. And it is a job perfectly done. Excellent final dive, not the hint of an error. And another day at the office for Chen Raolin. Another gold medal and a first one for yet another young Chinese prodigy, the 15-year-old Liu Huixia. China with Chen Raolin and Liu Huixia substantially ahead of Megan Benfito and Rosalane Filion with excellent silver medal, agonisingly 0.27 ahead of the Malaysian.
Here at the Polo St Geordie, we're deep into the team's technical final, and we're about to see the girls from the Ukraine swim, and this may be the first medal for the Ukraine. At the moment the score to beat 87.2, but the girls here have come in ranked in 3rd placing with a score of 93.2. Perhaps an historic performance.
Yeah, they will give this swim their all. This is the technical programme, so there are 8 required elements in the routine. And I'll talk you through some of those as we get to them. You saw the first one, that terrific lift at the beginning. 2 panels of judges looking at the execution and the overall impression. And because it's required elements, 70% of the execution score is on those set movements. A great start here, the team from Ukraine. Always very artistic. Look out for some really subtle changes of formation throughout the performance as well. And this is a Nova movement, up to a vertical, 3 spins down, This is one of the set movements they have to do. The lift up has to be rapid. And then the high boost there, maximum amount of body out of the water. Now this is the only bit of the required elements where they don't have to be in synchronisation. This is a cadence movement, one after the other, and they have to change formation throughout that as well. Look how close they're swimming together. Great vertical line, keep it steady, and look at that flexibility. Incredible. Directly in front of the panel of judges there, so they can really see the synchronisation and the technical. Good split. Wow, what a tremendous ending. I love that. So much speed in those movements. That was their interpretation of Ukrainian dance.
Now this medal opportunity has really opened up for the girls from Ukraine. With the absence of China in this event, they've come in ranked at number 3. They've scored 93.3. So they have taken over the lead. They've improved their score from the preliminary round. The girls from the Ukraine. Here at the Polo St Jordi, we have the favourites for the team technical final, the girls from Russia, the top qualifiers with a score of 96.5, the gold medalists from the London Olympic Games, and the Russians have won the gold medal in each and every event at World Championship level here. 3 times this event has been contested and the Russians have come out on top on each occasion. Let's see what they can come up with here.
Well, prepare yourself for something truly spectacular here. This is their interpretation of Russian dance. Getting ready for the first set movement. Fantastic. Look out for the speed of the movement that they get and the precision, absolute pinpoint accuracy. Maximum height at all times. Great synchronisation on the angles. The judges will be looking for maximum height on this spin, and everybody is the same height on the legs. Excellent. Valley leg position there again. I mean, their hips are just right up at the surface. Here's the cadence movement. Remember, 2 changes of formation throughout this. Fantastic. Beautiful timing on that walkout. Really travelling well around the pool. Look here, the split rotation. Well, that was absolutely a world-class performance there from the Russian team. Absolutely incredible performance. Captivating. Look at the height they get there, waist out of the water.
96.6 the score for the Russians. They take over the gold medal position here in the team technical final. A big greeting for the girls from Spain. If anyone can beat the Russians for the gold medal, it is these girls who come in ranked at number 2 with a score of 94.7. The bronze medalists from the Olympic Games in London last year.
Great start for the first required element. You'll see some really original movements here. And real speed of movement. Fantastic start. Excellent. That was the second required element. Remember, those required elements count for 70% of the overall score on the execution. Very quick changes of formation. They've already travelled 20 metres of the pool. The crowd are really loving this. Lifting up here, then the 3 rotations, keeping the vertical leg, keep it nice and even, quick lift up and a rapid descent. Good. Excellent. Very subtle changes of formation. Remember, they have to do at least 2 changes, and the crowd are going wild, absolutely loving it. I suppose they can hear the music still, but they'll be counting every beat. Make sure they stay in perfect synchronization. Excellent. Really showing good positioning there. One swimmer just slightly losing there on the synchronization, which was such a shame. But listen to the crowd, thoroughly deserving of that rapturous applause. What I love about them as well is their costumes, absolutely beautiful, and they're designed by Ona Carbonell, who's already won 2 bronze medals here at these World Championships.
For nervous weight, the crowd can see the scores, they're reacting, and Spain have been awarded 94.4. They are placed in the silver medal position here. The Russians still holding down the lead, the gold medal spot, and the Ukraine back there in the bronze medal position. What a swim it was by the Spaniards. The final placings: Russia first, Spain second, Ukraine third, followed then by Japan, Canada and Italy. There's the gold medalist once again. Russia, they're almost unstoppable. They just do everything right. And so ends another thrilling day of competition here in Barcelona, with Spiridon Gianniotis claiming a gold medal for Greece at Port Vell. Normal service restored in the diving, with China victorious in the men's 1 metre springboard, and also in the women's 10 metre synchro. While it was again the Russians dominant at the Polo St Geordie, making it 3 golds from 3 events. Plenty more to come tomorrow here at the 15th FINA World Championships.